Hey guys, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be telling you some things that or talking to you about some things that I don't recommend you do while doing findom. Now, findom is kind of like, I don't know, there's some things in it that I personally just don't do. When I first started looking into findom, I saw it as like this big scary thing because so many people were doing these things that can get them in legal trouble. And when I teach you guys how to do findom and when I do findom, I don't go down that path whatsoever. I keep it a very mutual agreement legal thing. I don't create like anything that is bad to do while doing findom. So let's just talk about some things, and obviously some things are my opinion and other things are kind of just like things that I've seen on the internet. So correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know everything, but these are just kind of my opinion with it. Now, if you're new here, findom is financial domination. It's basically where people like to give you money for little to nothing in return. They'll basically send you like £10 or whatever, and they don't want anything for it. They might only want like a selfie or a humiliating voice note or a loser sign, like a little selfie, they don't want a lot, right? It's not like you're giving them content in exchange for money. That's not the purpose of findom. See, like when you're selling feet pictures, which is also what I teach on my channel, you are giving them feet pictures in exchange for money. Whereas with findom, there is nothing in exchange for money. There is nothing like set in exchange for money. So that's kind of what findom is. Now, obviously, there are just some things that you could end up doing in findom that I just don't agree with, and I don't think so. So let's just go over some of them. So starting off, one of the biggest ones, I'm trying to like readjust myself. One of the biggest ones is debt contracts. Now, a lot of people like debt contracts and they want it to actually be legal, like a legal debt contract. And what they basically mean by that is a debt contract would basically be where someone is in a specific amount of debt to me, right? So let's say we decide you're in £1,000 debt to me, right? For example, you're not, obviously. £1,000 debt to me. And we decide that you're going to pay it back every single month. You're going to pay £100 a month, 10 months until it is fully cleared. If you miss a payment, maybe there'll be interest added on top. Maybe you'll get like £100 whacked on top. There are different things like rules for debt contracts. But what some people like is the legality of a debt contract. Now, a debt contract with me would be a complete mutual agreement. You do not owe me anything. We just act like you do, right? That's how I would do it. So I would be like, you owe me £1,000. You're going to pay me back on the first of the month, 100 quid. If you don't pay it, there is nothing I can do, right? There is nothing I can do. I can't turn around and be like, you actually owe me money, you must pay me. There is nothing I can do. But people like it so that it is legal, so that I have the ability to do something. They like it to be written on paper as a legal contract, and if they don't pay it, I could get like take them to court because of it, or take them to a small claims court, something like where I can get my money back, right? And I just I don't do this at all. I don't agree with it. At the end of the day, because if you are legally making someone in debt to you, it can backfire on your behalf. Because let's say these people actually, they're in debt to you and it's a lot of money and they can't afford it. Some people, this can create like depression and a bunch of other stuff, and they can play on this. And, that's the reason you don't need this stuff to be legal. If you're going to be doing debt contracts with people, purely just do it as a mutual agreement between the both of you. And if they don't pay it, there's nothing you can do. For me, I recommend if they don't pay the debt, just block them. Just block them, if they don't pay it. Or, what I mean? Like, there's no need to create it to be all legal and like fancy and all this and that. Just don't. Just keep it as a mutual agreement debt contract. Nothing legal. Where it becomes legal is where issues start to arise. Okay? That's my first thing that kind of like, I just don't recommend you do. Don't create legal debt contracts. Now, another thing that I also don't agree with is blackmail. Blackmail is so commonly asked for. So many people ask me for blackmail. They're like, can you blackmail me and all this and that. I don't do blackmail whatsoever. First of all, this is some risky business, because if you are blackmailing someone, that is just, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. You cannot blackmail someone into sending you money. You can't do that. It is illegal, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. At the end of the day, though, it's not good to do that, because some people, they are willing to send you their ID, their home, their address, their work name, their colleague's name, their phone numbers, and all this crap. And they basically want you to blackmail them. They basically want you to be like, if you don't send me money, I'm gonna go ahead and do whatever, like tell everyone, you know. That's what they want to hear. That's what they want. And don't do it. Do not do this. I don't agree with it in any way. Don't do this. You know, the only time I could ever say to do blackmail is if someone pays you for, let's say, for a texting session where they pay you £30 for 30 minutes of your time to text them back and forth. They know it is going to be a role play blackmail. Oh my god, I can't get words out. Role play blackmail scenario. I can't get my words out. So it's like they're role playing it. It's not actual blackmail, you know, it's like role play, and they know that. And I feel like there's nothing they can do on that behalf because they've paid you to do it. It's not like you've just randomly started doing it. It's when you randomly start doing it, that's when issues occur, because you're literally trying to get money out of people. And that is just wrong. You can't be doing that. So yeah, I do not agree with blackmail. I don't recommend you do it. Please do not do it. It's so commonly asked for in findom, and yeah, it's asked for with everything. Even with feet pics, it's asked for. And like, no, just don't be doing blackmail with people. Don't do it. I personally don't recommend it. Another thing I also don't recommend you do is meets, right? And in findom, it's not the same as like meeting someone in feet, like where like someone want to like suck your toes or whatever. In findom, it's more so these cash meets or pay pig meets, and these are either you meet up, they hand you money, you go, or you meet up, they take you shopping, they buy everything for you, and then you part ways. That is basically what these meets are. Now, I personally just don't recommend you do it, because first of all, if you meet up and you take money off someone, they might follow you, they might find out more about you, they might attack you. There's all different things that they could do. And as well, is that like, do you really think it's worth it for a bit of money? Like, they can just send the money over the internet. You don't have to do a cash meet, because a lot of time as well, these people, they're giving you money in person, they might expect more from you. They might want you to be hard humiliating them and like trample them or whatever, because some people do like that. You know, and like, what if you don't want to do that? And what if they think because they're giving you money, they can do whatever they want to you? And even with the shopping ones, you know, like these people, they take you shopping, you know, they buy you stuff. They're probably not buying you stuff for expecting nothing in return, right? Even though like, I know it's a fetish, but like genuinely, I don't recommend it. I just personally don't recommend doing it. But for the people that do it, because I know I can't stop everyone, you know, of course, I would personally, if I was you, I would recommend bringing a male friend with you. A male friend. Now, the reason I say a male is because obviously male versus male, because a lot of time you're meeting these men, you know, they are men. Male versus male has a better chance than female versus male, you know? And if they have an issue of you bringing a male friend, they might have the wrong intentions. Because if you're just going to be like walking around in a shopping centre in public, what's the issue with my guy mate being there? What's the issue with my friends being there? There shouldn't be an issue. I don't do meets regardless, but that's one thing I would just recommend doing. Because at the end of the day, a male is more likely able to protect you. You know, I know like they say like I don't know, you know, women don't need men and whatever. Yeah, we don't if men didn't exist. But naturally, a woman versus a man is naturally stronger. Anyone can tell you that. That is a normal thing. A man is naturally stronger. You do not know these people. You do not know what their intentions are. Meeting people is just when issues can happen, and you do hear of it. You hear of issues. You hear of stalking, harassment, attacking, you know, assault. There's all different things that can happen, and I don't want any of you guys getting hurt. You know, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want any of you guys getting hurt. At the end of the day, not everyone is like this. I'm not telling you that every single pay pig that you meet or every single cash person who wants to give you cash person is going to do this. The majority probably wouldn't. The majority would be fine. It would go as planned. It'd be nice. They'd part ways, and that is that. But why risk it for the small percentage of people that might actually do it? Because you don't know people's intentions. Me personally, I've had people who have told me like, oh, can we meet, can we do a cash meet and all this and that, and I tell them like, no, you know, I tell them no, I don't do meets, and they keep begging and begging and forcing it, you know, and I tell them no, I don't do meets. I found out how much they want to give me. It's like 20 quid. What is the point of me meeting you for 20 quid? And a lot of the time when we get through and I tell them no and they start to actually understand it, they get very, very nasty to me. There is someone who told me, like, who I said I don't want to do meet, and he's basically been just commenting and messaging me on like everywhere, just basically saying how much of an ugly ass bitch I am, and that like I'm a disgrace and a disappointment, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, that's the reason I just don't recommend it. Don't meet people, you know, these people, they switch up real quick, like, trust me, they do. And yeah, that's kind of just a few things that I don't recommend you do while doing findom. Hopefully this helps you. I want it to help people. I don't want you guys getting in trouble. I don't want you guys doing stuff that you don't want to do, and like I don't want you guys like doing stuff that like ends up bad for you. And yeah, hopefully you understand, right? Yeah, hopefully everyone understands where I'm coming from. But yeah, if you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments down below. And if you have any video suggestions, please do leave them in the comments down below. If you have any, like, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought right now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.